Welcome to Rules of Expression podcast. I'm your host and favorite tattoo artist, Roxie J. the Ruler. Let's get into it. You guys know it's been a minute. Been longer than a minute, actually. If you are new to my podcast, then maybe you should go back and look at the first episode, the second episode, and so forth to get familiar with me. But some things have changed since I started this podcast. Some good changes. God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good. So, tonight's episode on me coming back to the scene, and I do want to say this before I really get into it, is if you're rocking with me, I'm rocking with you. Okay? And with that being said, let's get into it. Uh, the episode is going to be about chemistry. And the reason why I wanted to do this episode on chemistry is because I'm getting back on the dating scene. I'm getting back on the dating scene, okay? And I just happen to, first of all, let me just go ahead and say, too, with me getting back on the dating scene, my inbox be popping, okay? My inbox be jumping, okay? But I've changed a lot, because for me, it's all about quality and not the quantity, okay? I don't need a roster. I never needed a roster. Not at all, okay? But my inbox be jumping. And what made me want to do this particular subject was that this young man had messaged me, of course, was interested. And what I'm looking for is that natural click, that natural chemistry. Okay, that what it don't need to be explained to nobody else, type of vibe. But it has to be automatic. Okay? And this particular gentleman was very stiff in his communication and very like interviewee. Is that a word? That's not a word, but we're going to give it to him. He was very interviewee, okay? It was like, in your longest relationship, what do you feel like you did that you could have done differently? And how long was that relationship? And since then, have you done X, Y, and Z? And da, 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 da. And I'm answering his questions because, I don't mind answering your questions, sir. But am I trying to get a job? Am I trying to get a job? Or am I trying to get a man? Because the last time I checked. Anyway, but so this goes on for like 2 days. Quick little conversations, questionnaires. And on the second day, your girl was like, "Sir, there's a particular kind of chemistry that I'm looking for that I don't have with you." And with that being said, it was nice getting to know you, but the conversation has been a little stiff. And I have not felt that spark that I'm looking for. And old boy said, well, that's something that needs to be built. Chemistry needs to be built. That's something that you build up, that you work on, that grows. And I said, not the type of chemistry I'm looking for. So, this episode, this podcast, I'm so happy to be back. This episode, I just want to ask you guys, should chemistry be built, worked on, or should chemistry be automatic, natural, from the jump, at the door? From the jump. Should chemistry be from the jump? So I pretty much already answered how I feel about it. I feel it should be natural. I feel that when you come around me, I should get all hot. I feel I should be excited. I feel like I should want to touch you. I should want to talk to you. I should want to get to know you. I don't think the chemistry I'm looking for is something that is like there's nothing there. And then I'm like, oh, let me just give it time and just work on it and build it up with this guy. No, I think in that case, that would be a situation like y'all been married for a long time. I'm not gonna put no number on it. You've been married for a long time, and maybe things are getting a little, you know, and you got to spice it up, and you have to work on your chemistry then, like to spice it up and bring it back. But from the beginning, I want to be like walking past you, and we lock eyes, and you better make the first move because you're the man, and I should feel something then. Okay. And that young man proceeded to like go back and forth with me. Mind you, this is the second day of us talking. And I know I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling, and it's not because of all the questions, because yes, I want you to get to know me, because I know somebody might go, well, you want the person that you're getting to know, you know, in the early dating stages to like ask you questions so you can know like who that person is, what they've been through, etc., etc. I get that. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the actual spark of me wanting to do that with you is what I'm talking about. Day two, he wants to go back and forth with me about how it should be built, and I'm not being realistic about what chemistry is, and he's never had that before. And I'm like, but I have had that before, so I know what I'm talking about, and I know what I'm looking for. I also want to say, I was on one today, y'all. I don't know if it's because I knew that I was going to be working tonight or what, but I made a few posts today on Facebook. The first post, I was like, "Dear Mr. Facebook dating man, you in all these hotel pictures looking for your partner in crime is sending me. It's sending me. Like, how are you on Facebook dating? And I'm assuming you don't have nowhere to stay because, and I'm not judging nobody. Everybody's situations is different. And I've been in that situation before, because I'm not about to sit up here and act like I ain't never been in a tough spot because I have. I've definitely stayed in hotels before in between looking for places. But my concern at the time was not dating. I definitely was not on no type of nothing, looking for nobody in that in between phase, you know? So it's nothing wrong with that. It's just your priorities need to be focused on getting yourself situated first before you up on Facebook dating talking about you looking for your partner in crime. That's all I'm saying. The other post I made, I said, "Dear Mr. Facebook dating man, if you can't hold a conversation or my attention through messages, why would I meet you in person for you to be dry in person?" And I say that because I haven't been on it that long. I haven't been on the app that long. But what I have noticed is men will try to rush to get my number or even rush to meet me. One man hit me up on New Year's. First time messaging me is that day. "Happy New Year's, babe. How you doing? If you're not doing anything tonight, I would like to meet up with you, take you out." I said, why would I meet up with a complete stranger out of the blue today? Why? And don't get me wrong, I don't mind going out on dates. But my thing is, if we can't hold the basic conversation starters to even build up to a date, I'm not doing it. I'll be going on dates left and right if I did that. I'll be giving out my number left and right if I did that. Like, I don't want to give out my number, which, by the way, is a public information. So it's not that big of a deal for me to give my number because my number is a business number. But I don't want to keep giving my number out left and right or even having to go out on a bunch of dates left and right. I want that chemistry. I want that spark. I want that conversation to flow well. I want us to be on the phone talking like we are high schoolers, like all night long, just getting to know each other. Don't want to get off the phone. That's the type of vibe that I want. I don't want interview questions, and I don't want to not have that spark or that desire to meet you. If I don't have it, I don't have it. If you don't have it, you don't have it. It's nothing to be forced or anything like that. The goal is to meet your person, whatever you're on Facebook dating for, any dating site for that matter, whatever you're on there for, that's your business. That's your prerogative. But if I'm open about what my goal is with dating and you see that and you're stepping to me without, I'm going to put it to you like this. I've noticed that my attraction has changed drastically. Like the surface level, uh, physical, all of those things have changed. I don't like what I used to like, not in the least bit, and have definitely become a sapiosexual. Conversation, intellect. You have to be a smart man. You have to be. You can't be fine and dumb. You can't be strong and weak. That's a word. You can't be fine and dumb, and you can't be strong and weak. You have to put God first. You have to have a relationship with God first. Yes, I want you to build a relationship with me, but God's bond with you is has to be head of your life. That's what it is for me at this point. So I'm looking for a deep connection. I'm not on there for hookups. I'm not up there, like I said, to give my number out every day, all day long. Because the thing with that is too, so say if everybody who wanted my number, I gave it to them. And then I do find my person that I'm really rocking with. Now I got 50 million men that I got to go and text and say, I'm seeing somebody now, don't call me or don't text me. And half of them ain't going to listen. They're going to still be hitting me up. So, I don't even want that type of, I don't want that type of attention. I don't want that type of, it ain't got to pop off like that for me. If I get one good one, two solids and a possible, we can do something. We can do something. But chemistry, 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 chemistry. Fellas, ladies, fellas and ladies, kings and queens. I'm not talking to the ones that's on these sites for quick fixes. You just want to hump on something. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to those people. The people that are really, really looking and you're on these dating sites. Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me your experiences. Tell me how you feel about my question with the chemistry. Tell me how you feel about hookups. Tell me how you feel. Like, because at this point in 2026, because we're here now, I definitely feel like we're in the era of lust. I was talking to somebody else yesterday, and that's what came up. We are definitely in the era of lust. Mm. And your flesh will kill you. You feel me? We have to be careful out here. And for those that don't mind, like living on the edge, do your thing, boo boo. But for me, I need that one that I can live life with, travel with, read my Bible with, spend time with family, that real connection. I need a best friend. I need somebody who will work out with me, somebody who will motivate me to stay in my, stay in my bag, somebody to get money with, somebody to grow with, somebody to grow old with, you know. I'm wifey material. I am wifey material. And so with that being said, my standards have changed so much. And I'm late to the party on that. I should have been did that. You know how like you'll get into spaces and you'll forget who you are. People will really date you to try to make you forget who you are. And that's where it's important that you have your boundaries already set in place and you're very comfortable with what you want and you don't budge on that. You don't settle on anything like that. You keep it cute, but keep it strict. I'm strict over here. And I don't mind saying that. It's strict over here. You're not gonna play in my face. You're not gonna have a whole bunch of female friends claiming to be your female friends, and you really flirting with them and doing things that you ain't got no business doing, saying things you ain't got no business saying. All of that, like I've tried that. I've been the girlfriend to be like, okay, if you have a female friend before I came into the picture, I get it. I will never do that again. It'd be a bunch of BS. Yeah, but every man who was ever my homeboy, on my end, he really was my homeboy. Like I could sleep in the same bed with that person, travel with that person, talk on the phone, whatever. Go out to eat, that's my homeboy. Every last one of those tried to date me eventually, tried their hand with me eventually. And it ruined kind of the relationship because I wasn't looking in them at them in that way. But now that I know they're looking at me that way, it's kind of hard to forget that. So you've taken the friendship out of it for me. And I mean, I get it. I get it. You know, I get it. But I just feel that platonic relationships are very tricky. And if a man comes out the gate with, I have 2 female best friends, 3 female best friends, anything I need, I could call them for. Anything they need, they could call me for. If we, duh, 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 duh. I don't want to hear that. Because I'm the type of woman, the only lady that needs to be hitting up your line is your mama and me. Like your family, your family members, let's just say that. But anything outside of that, if they're calling you or needing you for something, they need to be calling their daddies. They need to be calling their uncles and their brothers and they men. They don't need to be calling my man to help them. That's me personally. So, like I said, it's strict over here. And it's getting stricter by the minute because people, especially nowadays, for some reason, people just think like, I don't know what people are thinking, but it's time for people to really wake up. Like, God is coming back. Celibacy is important. Relationship with God is important. Lusting, watching pornography, and all those things is a sin. And with that being said, I know these things, and for the past couple of years, certain things definitely convict me, and I don't do them anymore. So yes, abstinence is a thing for me. It's strict over here because I know my worth. And I want my man to know his worth too, because celibacy and abstinence should not just be something that, women are like. Men, you guys need to do it too. Like your sexuality, your bodies are important too. Everybody shouldn't have access to it, and it should be no reason why I meet you, I go on a date with you, and you trying to give me the draws the first night. It should be no reason. There should be no reason why I meet you, I date you. I've talked to you on the phone for a few times, and I meet you, and you are trying to put your mouth on me. You should not be trying to put your mouth on me. You are a whore. Sir, you are a whore. And I don't want you. So, with that being said, let's talk about it, y'all. Let's get into it. I'm so curious to see like what your experiences have been. And here's the big one for me. I want you to comment. What's the craziest thing somebody has said to you on a dating app, like off gate? What's the craziest thing? I'll give you mine because it just happened to me yesterday. And I'm going to put it on the screen, actually. I'm not going to say it. And I think to date, that's got to be the craziest thing anybody ever said to me out gate. They're getting very, very brave, very, very ballsy, very, very disrespectful, and they are nasty out here. Like I said in my last paint video that I posted, I'm looking for me a Boaz. Okay. I'm looking for me a Boaz. It's coming. It's coming. So when y'all catch me and I'll just be flashing the ring left and right, don't tell. Listen, I told you so. I'm dating intentionally and I have faith and I know it is on its way.